bitch.
There we go. There we go. Let me get this shit right. There we go. All right. We back with another episode of NFL Pregame Pick'em. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, comment below, comment in the chat, all that good stuff. We got the Dallas Cowboys trailing right now 16-27 at Lions. Detroit was up 20-9 at one point in this game. And as of right now, it looked like Dallas got a little bit of momentum. They can possibly come back in the fourth quarter and win this game. And to kick this off, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I am taking the Cowboys in this game. It would be easy to pick the Detroit Lions in this game, but I don't know. It's something about the Cowboys. Like something has been weird with the Cowboys as of late. After the Nealon passing, now all of a sudden they can win games where they're trailing by, I don't know, 21 points, 24 points, or whatever the case may be, and come back and win games. It seems like this could go that way as well, assuming, Dak don't throw a pick or go in playoff mode. So we will see. We shall see indeed. Crazy to think they didn't had a week off too. And looking at all the primetime games and things like that we've had, especially on holidays, I noticed this with the ad that they had that the Kansas City Chiefs not only got to play on Thanksgiving, but now they get a Christmas game as well. Like the Chiefs fatigue is already set in, and they trying to give us more Chiefs games. Like nigga, we ain't really trying to see that, but at the same time, I get it. Playoff push, etc. What's good? 8-win, aka Big Pontiac, the OG in the building. What's good with you? Let's see what you said. Roller said there's a lot of money on Dallas to start the week, so you can see Dallas or Vegas not allowing this one to happen. As of right now, 65% of the bets is Detroit, and 68% of the money's on Detroit. So it kind of went back into the favor, should I say, of I guess Dallas in that sense. But we'll see. We shall see indeed. Dell is not on here right now. He is now a father. Congratulations to him. Shout out to the homie. He is now a father, so he's in daddy mode right now, so he ain't here. And B Fire, I'm not sure if he's gonna be on or not. I know he's working. As far as a recap of last week, I pretty much talked about everything the other night. A lot of playoff implications this week, whether it be Dallas and Detroit, they're in the hunt. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, that's a whole divisional race right there. CBS is supposed to be doing that game. That's like they college game day type thing, whatever you want to call it. Seattle, Atlanta. Atlanta's pretty much cooked. Seattle, they in a 3-team race for the NFC West. Tennessee Titans, they in a race for the number 1 overall draft pick. Funny how Cam Ward gets to face Shadur Sanders in the NFL. Crazy how that works out. Like, I don't know, it seems scripted or something. Miami in the playoff conversation. I can't believe I'm saying that against the Jets. Saints, they cook, but Tampa, they have a divisional race with Carolina. Indy, Jacksonville, and Houston all got divisional things at play. Washington, they done. Minnesota, they done. Cincy, they got this little sliver of a chance they want to tease, which I don't believe, against Buffalo. Both teams fighting for playoff spots. Buffalo at that last one. Denver, they sitting pretty where they are right now. They got the Raiders in a second game. We know how the first one was a Thursday night football game we would like to remember or forget. Excuse me. We'd like to forget. Maybe it might be different this time. Who knows? If anything, I would expect Denver to just beat the shit out of them. Chicago and Green Bay, NFC North at play. Arizona, obviously NFC West, they can be a spoiler potentially against the Rams. Houston and Kansas City, we already know the tiebreakers in the hunt. Houston currently up top 7-5, then Pittsburgh 6-6, and then KC 6-6. And Philly, obviously Dallas is on their heels, as you can see in the thumbnail, in the NFC East. And the Chargers, they are in that wild card position at number 6. Dallas can lose one, win the rest. Eagles collapses on the menu. Yeah, let's see. Dallas is currently 6-5-1. They can lose. I say one. If they ain't have that tie, they could maybe lose another one. Yeah, I can see that. They can lose one more. Detroit, they can lose maybe two more. Maybe two. Did you notice all the sacrifices? Lim Barney, Eldon Campbell. Yeah, it's every week. I know I done talked about this before. Every single week, it's a new person that done passed that had NFL ties, whether it be current player, former player, whoever it may be. Every single week, it's somebody, coach, coordinator, whoever. Wide ass open. I don't know what the flag finna be, but they let that man jog for that first down. And I would not be surprised if they didn't have an uptick or start ramping up the number of sacrifices closer we get to the playoffs, especially during the playoffs. And at that point, think about the teams of the player or the players that pass and what teams they played for. Is it a trend of say one team, two teams, or is it like a mix of different playoff teams? You don't have an NFL team. What team should you support? Whichever one you feel, I guess some I don't want to say emotional tie, but I don't know, you like their colors or something. Whichever one you like. It don't have to be because you like the players on the team. It could be shit you like the logo. So when the Eagles lose to the Chargers, the Bills, then Jaden hits them on the way out for knocking them out last year. A little bit of payback. Mm. Crucial drop on 3rd and 19 by Pickens asking for a flag. The Detroit can't lose to all the wildcard teams, just need one or two wins to lock out Detroit. I think you get one. You get two more losses for Detroit. Two more. Well, if they get that second loss, a lot of crazy shit gonna have to happen. Like they gonna need about 4 teams to probably lose or have a tie. Hell yeah, Noah said Lobo, my top 5. Watch 2025 YouTube recap. I need to look at mine after this. Hell yeah. San Francisco and Seattle all need just one win and play at least one easy team out of the last 4 or 5. It's weird. San Fran, they've been staying afloat this whole time, man. This whole time they got the bye week. Obviously, this week, them, the Giants, the Patriots, and the Panthers. 3 of those 4 teams, playoff conversation, the other one not. But yeah, they keep winning games. They need to win against their divisional teams, though. They need to do that. With this 30 year for an NFL team. What's up, Bronze? What's good with you? What's good with you? So it'll be interesting to see. They doing a little showcase. They showing the last 4 or 5 games of the season for teams. You notice it's always a cluster of divisional games. Sometimes it could be other playoff teams, or other teams obviously get the cupcake route where it's a bunch of Cleveland Browns, Tennessee Titans, who else? Sorry, Vegas Raiders, New York Jet teams like that. So it'll be interesting to see. Like I said, with the Ravens, since we're gonna pick up there with the picks, they schedule, man. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't trust it. Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, which they should at least split the Cincy series. New England, Green Bay, Pittsburgh. Nothing easy. They really have a very, very small margin for error. Lucky for them, they in the worst division in the NFL. But they can't afford to lose a lot more games. That's the team that one more loss, that's probably it. And then you look at their tiebreakers. Pittsburgh's gonna come into play, obviously, divisional. Houston, that's a loss. Kansas City was a loss. They beat Miami, then currently they lost to. Obviously, they can get their game on that one. Detroit loses 2. They need Green Bay to sweep the Bears, and Bears lose San Fran. Then they. Interesting about that. You say that about San Francisco. I might be wrong. Doesn't Moody play for the Bears now, or does he play for a different team? Because I know he used to play for the Niners. They need Dallas to lose 2 games if they lose to him tonight. I would love to see the Cowboys miss the playoffs, but I doubt that's gonna happen. I just have to wait till the playoffs for the Dallas Cowboys to show up and do what they usually do. Bengals will win the division at 4-8. They gonna win the division. They have to win out if that's gonna happen. Absolutely, positively need to win out. Highly unlikely. Rodgers wears number 8. Tomlin gets a AFC North title with the Steelers. How ironic. It's funny how it was their division to lose for a hot minute back when Baltimore was like 1-5. Moody played 3 games with the Bears. Then you think they cut him because I saw him playing for a team this past weekend. I cannot remember what team it was, but I know it's funny he played for both of them. Hoping for a tie for Max. No, I don't want no tie. I get it. I get the chaos. I personally don't want the tie. I don't want it because I'm thinking about it like this. We in the third quarter. It is 10:35 p.m. East Coast. Third quarter, 2 minutes left. You factor in another 25 minutes, commercials and shit, maybe. Yeah, probably like 25 minutes on top of that. It's like 11 p.m. Overtime is 10 minutes. Clock stoppage, commercial break. Nigga, you pushing like 11:30 minimum. That's why I don't like that shit. If I'm gonna stay up that late to watch a football game, especially like it was with the Cowboys and the Packers, I want to see a finish to the game where somebody wins. I don't want to see a tie. I need to stay up till midnight to watch a tie. Santos came back from injury. The Bengals only 2 games back. Ravens second, Steelers bullshit. Bengals ain't winning that division, dog. They cooked. They've been cooked. They're not finna go on this hot streak and just win every game because Joe Shiesty's back. No, it's the Bengals. They not finna do that shit. They gonna be there for a little minute, maybe a week or two, and then after that they gone. The Bengals they've been cooked. The moment they drafted a player who had reports of going back to Texas A&M to play football, which obviously were false, or Trey Hendrickson contract situation, all this shit, like bro, they cooked. They cooked. The Bengals, they peaked at the Super Bowl with the team that they have now. They're done. They over with. They in the same boat as the Falcons as far as this season goes. Like they zero faith that they gonna do shit. Ironically, they both 4-8. No faith. Miami, same shit. 5-7. No faith they gonna do shit. Kansas City, they got the benefit of the doubt as of right now. So yeah, they cooked. That is a 2-team race, and Cincinnati, they can play spoiler and fuck up some shit. That's what they can do. Exactly. They just there to spoil someone's season. So yeah, they gonna be there to fuck up some shit, and I want to see their schedule actually. Whose season could the Bengals fuck up? Because it's a few. Obviously, they could mess up Baltimore's. They could potentially mess up the Bills, but I think they're gonna make the playoffs anyway. Miami, they're the Dolphins. Cardinals out of the conversation. Browns. So Buffalo and Baltimore, those are the two they can mess up directly, at least. Whoever loses this weekend between the Ravens and Steelers will win the division the last week of the season. Yeah, they might split. They might split, and it's probably gonna be a primetime game too. What's the best way to close out the season? A well-known rivalry between the Ravens and the Steelers. Say Sunday Night Football. You know they like to flex some things in there too. So that might be the game that if they smart, that might be the game. I think there's an AFC West game that could be that Week 18 game as well. So have I seen their schedule? They don't play anybody but the Bills and the Ravens. They lost to the Jets, so that whole they only play the Bills and Ravens shit went out the window a long time ago. They're cooked, dog. They cooked. They could fuck up 2 teams shit directly, and other than that, they cooked, bro. They not going on the hot streak. They tried this shit last year with the Bengals. They'd say they're gonna go on a hot streak, make the playoff. They ain't do that shit. Denver was like, yeah, fuck out of here. That's not finna happen, bro. Y'all not finna do that. We not gonna have that. The way the Bengals would have to make the playoffs is simple. They would have to have a full healthy season to Joe Burrow. Full healthy season and a decent defense. They don't have to have a great defense, not a good defense. Decent. That's all they need. That's all they need because they can put up points. Get a decent defense. The AFC North only getting one playoff team. Whoever loses Sunday not going. They play each other twice, so there is that. I still say Baltimore got the toughest route. Every team they play remaining is a playoff caliber team or a playoff in the playoff conversation. So yeah, just I guess start off with that. They'll pick the Lions to beat the Cowboys. 3.5 point favorite was the Detroit Lions. Sunday 1 p.m. we got the Steelers, who are a 5.5 point underdog, which I think that's a little suspect. Little suspect at the Ravens, like we've been talking about. They'll pick the Ravens. I'm taking the Ravens for this game. Second game, maybe a different conversation. It'd be nice if they swept them, but I doubt it. Losing to Cincy on Thanksgiving, that's another one too. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I was like, I'm mad that I was right. The Ravens, something was gonna happen down the line. It's not over with, but I'm mad I was right about that shit. Colts script gonna play out, playoff appearance. They might make a decent run to maybe the AFC Championship game, then lose. It's a good feel good story. Get people behind. It's like the Washington Commanders last year, the rookie quarterback get to the NFC Championship game, even though they fell short, just to see them go that far. That's they peak. I don't think they're gonna get a whole Super Bowl ring with Daniel Jones after Jim Irsay's passing. That would be a crazy storyline, though, considering he does have ties to the Mannings, because Eli was the one who co-signed him to go to the Giants in the first place, and he'd already played for 2 of the 3 Manning teams. The other sons, not the Saints, obviously. He just need to play for Denver. Seattle at Atlanta. Seattle's a 7-point favorite. Falcons, they got Kirk Cousins again. Obviously, Michael P. He's not going to be playing for the rest of the season. Injuries, and the Falcons being the Falcons. I'm going to take the Seahawks. Would not be surprised if this was one of those upsets, but I'm taking Seattle. Dell took the Seabirds too over the Dirty Birds. But yeah, next game we got the Titans at the Browns. Battle of Cam versus Shadur. Childhood friends. Now they get to play in the league. It's like a childhood story or something. They probably gonna have one of them little packages put together, like a 3-minute package about their journey to the league. I think the Titans gonna get this game. This might be their last win too. They might get a third, who knows? But I'm gonna take the Titans on this shit. Cautiously taking the Titans on this. I don't know how I feel about this game as far as is it gonna be exciting to watch or not. If this was college, Miami versus Colorado, that would have been cool. This shit, not so much, but luckily it's the NFL, so anything can happen. So nobody wants to see the Steelers in the playoffs. The only reason I would say they would put him in there is because Aaron Rodgers, their quarterback, and this is supposed to be his last season. It's like their main draw. So when Lamar, Allen, and Mahomes ain't making I think it's gonna be Lamar. I think Mahomes could. They pushing it, and I don't have any doubts that Buffalo's about them making the playoffs. Like I think Buffalo's gonna be straight. They'll make it. They didn't beat considering they didn't beat the Chiefs, the Ravens, Steelers, the teams they got tiebreakers over and shit. Yeah, that Houston one, that's a big one. That Houston one. But yeah, Buffalo, I'm not worried about them. Now that Super Bowl talk shit, that's a different conversation. What if they setting up a crazy rematch of Super Bowl 20 with the Bears and Pats? It'd be a matchup of 2 QBs from the same draft class, second year quarterbacks. That's a bold move if they did that. I doubt it, but that's a very bold move. And considering if it is a black quarterback that makes it, he is a half C. He light. He one of them effeminate ones, paint his nails and shit. So you you know the agenda they like to push if they were to, but they do have that, and it looks like they trying to make a star out of Caleb Williams. Because last year came in with the hype from college, obviously won the Heisman, and now Bears 9-3. No one expected this at the beginning of the season. 9-3. No matter how goofy some of his plays look, or sometimes they look downright like, yo, he shouldn't be getting away with this, and not even on some Mahomes shit, but like you pushing it. Like it's like the Jane Daniels shit. Like, nigga, you pushing it. You pushing it, man. Slide, do something, protect it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, no one expected that. They the surprise team for this year. But I think Tomlin's on the hot seat. Yes and no. Yes and no. From the fan base, yes. From the actual front office, no. The Steelers don't fire head coaches. You see, they didn't have what 3 or 4 in the last. I think it's 3 in the last 70-ish years. Nah, he's still coasting off that Super Bowl win anyway. I think if anything, it's gonna be a situation where they might, I don't know, mutually part ways some years down the line, or he just they finally he or somebody decides to move on. But I don't think they're gonna fire him. Next game, Miami Dolphins in the playoff conversation, 3-point favorite at the Jets. Jets got to win over the Falcons. T-Mobile, man. T-Mobile, they're a slightly different team. Miami needs to be in the playoff conversation for now for the sake of, TV and shit. I'm going to take the Dolphins over the Jets. I don't think the Jets going to get back-to-back dubs. Close game, though. Do expect a close game. And Dell took the Fins as well. Next game, we got the Saints at the Bucks. 8.5-point favorite going to Tampa. Saints been giving the Buccaneers some fits from time to time. Carolina got the body 7-6. Buccaneers 7-5. That's gonna be what the division going down to. Oh boy, I said I was gonna pick one upset. One upset. I don't know if I picked it. Did I pick it? I guess Dallas would have technically been the upset that I picked. I'm gonna take Tampa on this one, but if they lose, I would not be the slightest bit surprised. Certain divisional game, even up the records for the Panthers, but I'm gonna take Tampa cautiously on this one. Said Tua can't play in the cold. He really can't play in the cold. You got a point there. I'll give you that. Tomlin is yet to have a losing season as a coach. Yeah, that's been the main thing as far as I guess why he's been there so long. Super Bowl, obviously, but why he's been there so long, it's like this quote unquote consistency and shit like that. It's kind of like obviously Harbaugh's had a losing season, but it's kind of like that. He's been coasting off that Super Bowl win from 2012. And that's why he's been one of the longest tenured coach. Both of them been the longest tenured coaches in the NFL. So, yeah, they're not gonna fire him. Doubt it. That'd be ironic considering the Rooney. That's another thing too. People forget the Rooney Rule. Rooney Rule is originated from the Steelers, so it'd be bad if they fired a black head coach. On top of that, the irony of that, the Rooney Rule, and then you fire a black head coach, even if it was justified. So there's the PR side of things. So yeah, they not firing him. He gonna have to make that decision himself. Next game, we got the Colts at the Jags. Big game. 1.5-point favorite to the Colts. Fresh off a loss. The Colts, that is. Jacksonville, they got the dub last week, albeit a close game against the Cards. This game, I don't see Indy going back to back, but they could really cause some trouble and cause some chaos in that division. If, say, Houston won, they'd be 8-5. Jacksonville, should they be 9-4 if they won? And Indy would be 8-5. And that Houston loss would be a huge one because they dropped down. below Houston. I'm gonna take the Colts on this one, but this gonna be one of them funky ass games. Dell took the Colts as well, but this gonna be one of them funky ass games. I don't know. I just know it's either gonna be some Trevor Lawrence bullshit. Something's gonna happen in this game. I don't think it's gonna be a collapse like they had against the Texans, where they was up and then they just fucking lost and gave up 19 points. So, it's interesting. Yeah, I got you, man. I got you. We'll see. Washington and Minnesota, man. This is the game no one cares about. 1.5 point favorite to the Vikings. Dell took the commies. Damn, this will be a good spot to do that upset. I don't trust JJ McCarthy for shit. I don't trust Max Brosmer for shit. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, this I'm gonna use it. This is the upset one. Give me the Commanders on this one. And the next game, Dell picked the Bengals at Buffalo, 5.5 point favorite to the Bills. Bills fresh off a win against the Steelers. Bengals fresh off a win against the Ravens last Thursday on Thanksgiving football. They could fuck some shit up. Since he could fuck some shit up. If they lose this game, they pretty much just faded, and it's just like you sitting at 4-9, bro. Like you clean out the conversation. It's not even like we can even draw some intrigue into these games. So Dell took the Bengals. Yeah, just the one. Yeah. Somebody brought up a good point earlier. This would make that next game against the Ravens that much more important as of right now. If Cincy were to lose this game, then you're looking at a game where they're 4-9 against a possibly 6-7, 7-6 Ravens team. No hype behind that game at that point for both teams. I'm gonna take the Bengals. We'll see if Joe Shiesty got him in 2 weeks in a row. Sunday, 4:05 p.m. We got the Bronx, the Raiders. 7.5 point favorite goes to the Broncos. This better not be no 10-7 game. I'm taking Denver. Take Dell. Took Team Orange as well. Detroit is up 30-19 right now. Unless Dak or somebody just breaks off a crazy run or deep ball pass, okay, that might help. It ain't looking too hot. Still winnable game, but it ain't looking too hot. If I ain't say it already, Denver took them over the Raiders. Dell as well. Next game, we got the Bears at the Packers. Packers 6.5 point favorite. This is when things get gritty, dicey, shaky, whatever you want to call it. Green Bay 6th seed right now. As far as the playoffs go, 8-3-1. Chicago 9-3. Obviously, first and second in the NFC North. A lot of shit on the line right now. Obviously, there's some other games after this, but this is big. This is big. I'm taking the Packers to end that streak, to end the winning streak that the Bears have right now. It gotta come to end at some point. They're gonna win some more games after, but they gotta come to end at some point. So I'm gonna take the Packers over Chicago. Close game. Would not be surprised if this was a down to the field goal type of game that seems to be a thing with Packers and Bears games. They always seem to go down to a field goal or some shit like that. If it was in Chicago, definitely. Touchdown Dallas number 19. Scores that motherfucker. 9 minutes 52 seconds. Okay, Dallas, I see you. 25-30. They seem to be the cardiac Cowboys this year. Never thought I'd say that. But yeah, Dell took the Cheeseheads. I took the Cheeseheads. And last 4 p.m. slot, we got the 8.5 point favorite Rams at the Arizona Cardinals. Don't think the Rams gonna cover that 8.5, but I do think they're gonna get the win. Dell, he picked the Rams as well. And before we get to Sunday night football, let me see this. Lions left some random ass dude. I know, right? I just saw nothing but green grass and blue turf. And the man was jogging in too. That's what made it worse. That nigga Dak doing. Threw that. Jake Ferguson. 3-point game. Detroit 3.5-point favorite. Interesting. That Tomlin gets his first losing season. Cowbum scripted comeback. Yeah, that is all that green grass. That was like that Kentucky Florida one from a few years ago where they left. I forgot who it was, but it was a receiver for Florida wide open, 2 yards from the end zone. All he had to do was take 2 regular steps into the end zone, turn around, quarterback throw it, touchdown, which he essentially did and scored. It was that bad. Very bad. And you look at how much time is left in this game. There's 11 minutes left. That's a lot of time. 3-point game. So yeah, Sunday Night Football. Using Texans at the Kansas City Chiefs, who are 3.5-point favorite, and it seems like every single time the Chiefs are a favorite in the game, and it's not the Raiders or some bum ass team. They seem to be 3.5-point favorites, 3 to 3.5, just about every single time. It's the funniest shit. It's the funniest shit. Kansas City, they need them to be in the conversation. This is the cash cow of a quarterback that they have. The sideshow of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce and all that shit that people are tired of, but they bring in so much money, so they got to push it anyway. All of that shit. I'm going to take KC to win this game solely to keep shit interesting right now. And that if they were to lose, that's another tiebreaker. And you can't afford to have a tiebreaker to Buffalo and Houston. Good you beat Indy. Did not help that you lost to the Chargers. Good that you beat Baltimore. Did not help that you lost to the Jags. Did not help that you lost to the Broncos. So they got to be some give and take here. Has to. I'm gonna take KC on this one, but they got to be some give and take. I could also see it say Houston wins. Whoever wins and loses in that Jags Colts matchup, they'll have same record even if they drop a spot or drop below. So there is that. Dell took H Town on this one. It'll be interesting to see, but I'm gonna pick KC. And Monday Night Football, you got the Eagles and the Chargers. I know a lot of people waiting for the Eagles collapse from the falter, all that. 2.5-point favor going to the Eagles, by the way. This might be one of those moments where they falter, especially if, say, Dallas were to lose. Philly could lose to keep things close, so Dallas could still be in that divisional race. Because, mind you, they won the second matchup over Philadelphia. I'm going to take the Chargers in this one. And it's that monsters. What's that shit? That little 3D monster shit. But I'm gonna take the Chargers on this, man. Dell took the Eagles. It'll be interesting. That'd be some Detroit shit to do. And they got plenty of time to choke. Biggest thing though, Dallas gotta get some stops. Pick the Bears as your team. There you go. See, now you gotta change the name from JD Eagles to JD Bears, man. See? But good, you find your team right there. And they winning too. Ain't nothing better than find you a favorite team that just so happen to be good. Not because you like them, because they good, but they happen to be good. 2nd and 8. Let's see what they do. Mm. 2-yard gain. Killing clock and not really moving the ball too much. Interesting. Some might say point shaving. All right, locks of the week. Dell picked the Bengals, his team, and the Packers, the Cheeseheads. My locks, I got the LA Rams and the second one. I don't think I picked one. Oh, no, I didn't. I did not. Mm-mm-mm. Give me the. I'm gonna go in characteristic as fuck. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins, bro. Go some. I'm gonna do some crazy shit. I'm gonna pick the Dolphins. Oh, the Eagles' your favorite team, different sport. Gotcha. That makes sense. It was good, man. It was good. Got to see the family. Got to eat some food. Got to see some friends and shit. I can't complain. It was real good. It's always weird coming back and seeing the city look different. New buildings and shit like that. Roads under construction. You don't remember new detours and shit, but it was cool, man. Just glad to see the family. That's what it's all about. And eating good ass food too. Can't forget that. I really thought he was finna pull away because I know his breakaway speed is insane. Jameson Williams. So what was my take on Survivor Series? Yeah, that's right. I ain't even talking about that shit. Yeah, because we already got through the picks. So yeah, we just got this game and whatever else. So yeah, Survivor Series, they hold John Cena. I'm gonna start with that. There's no reason you should have this man taking slams, finishers, and anything like that from women in his last up. You don't need to be doing this for Dirty Dom Mysterio. You got to fake an injury, a shoulder injury. Had a Judgment Day, like all four other members hop out there, or what, five members, because Liv Morgan came back. You got that shit going on. And the karma came around because she kicked John Cena in the nuts, like how Cena kicked Cody Rhodes in the nuts. But that's not how you do it. You could have had a better finish than all of this fuck shit happening in John Cena's last PLE match. And I could only imagine, oh shit, they scored. Yeah, they might be cooked. They might be cooked. Detroit just scored. Dallas might be cooked. They got time, but geez, they pushing it, boy. Y'all need a field goal. Y'all need something. But yeah, back to Cena. You can't do that in his last match or his last PLE in a big one that you've been pushing like war games at a baseball stadium, um, formerly Survivor Series, whatever you want to call it now. And I can only imagine what his last match on Saturday Night Main Event next week gonna be like. Like this shit, because they say it's gonna be Gunther. Like this shit's trash. Not a fan of it. Not a fan. I don't know what their chemistry gonna be like, and it feels a little too rushed. Not a fan of it. The rest of it, War Games for the women, it wasn't bad. I wish they had the shark cages back. That's what they should have brought back. Men's match, meh. That's all I can say is meh. Roman Reigns was barely involved, really, which I can't say I'm surprised by. And on top of that, the ending, we know. I guess I can't say we know because they ain't revealed it yet, which is stupid. The black hoodie person is Austin Theory. There's some people on Reddit. They done went down a whole rabbit hole of shit. They looked up some shit. I was like, y'all got too much time to do this shit. It's kind of impressive, but it's like y'all got too much time. They showed a picture of Austin Theory's ass in like his wrestling trunks from like some years ago and showed one of the black hoodie dude. And they're like, see, that's Austin Theory. I'm like, bro, y'all could have just used him hopping up the fence or yeah, climbing the fence. That would have been the best shit. Cause they know Seth Rollins' knees ain't good enough to do that shit. He can't spring up there that fast. Who else they say could have been Chris Jericho? Chris Jericho's like 50. His old ass is not doing that shit, even if he's in better shape. No, that is Austin. Those are some young legs. I know young legs when I see it. Them motherfuckers popped up. Nah, that is not no Seth Rollins. Hell no. But the ending was anticlimactic as fuck. Like the black hoodie shit has run its course. Like it was at its peak with our truth. That was the best black hoodie showing they did. I want to say Naomi did one too. I think she did. But anyway, our truth was like the peak of the black hoodie shit. Now it's just not the same. It's just been it's ran through the ground. And the ending is basically setting up Roman versus Cody at Mania 42. Because he said this is the last time we teaming up. and then he just walks off pissed off. And then the Cody Rhodes elbow to Punk though, that shit was crazy. But that man got so high, he elbowed the shit out of him. It looked like he turned back to do it too. Like he looked back, then but he busted his shit open though, man. Like bleeding. But overall, the pay per view was trash. Though I ain't gonna hold you. That's why I watch AEW more. Stafford retires this year. How do I think they'll wrap his story up? MVP or a ring? I don't think they're gonna give him two. He might get another appearance. I don't think he's gonna get two. He might go 1-1 or some shit. But I don't know about two. I don't think so. But I think if anything, probably a playoff game. Losing a playoff game. It'd be funny if it was against the Lions in Detroit. That would be the craziest shit. And really the best way to do it if they were to wrap his shit up. Yeah, have Jared Goff and the Lions go against Stafford and the Rams 1 year and have the Lions win. Then the crowd, since he played for Detroit his first decade, they gonna cheer like a motherfucker, even though he plays for the Rams. And it's a good moment. You get the crowd, all that shit. So they making us pay $30 to watch their pay-per-views. You good. That's why you stream to the east. Or you stream and become a pirate. That's what you do. That is why you can get around that shit, man. Because AEW, they're not actually pay-per-views, not PLEs. Because apparently there's a difference. I didn't know that. They're pay-per-views. They're like $59.99. You can usually get them on. This is not free promo. You can usually get them on sometimes Amazon Prime Video. They'll put them there. Other times HBO Max, and I think those are only two TV deals they're gonna set up. I think so, but either way, you can watch all that shit online for free. And they shit way better match card. It's not this standard 5-match setup where every match is interfered and it's predictable ending, predictable comeback. No. AEW, they gonna give you your money's worth if you were to pay. Even on a regular scheduled program, you don't have to worry about no 20-minute promo to start the show. No, they getting straight to the match. Straight to it with the world heavyweight or AEW champion, excuse me. Straight to it. And they know how to weave and mix they promos and they segments in there. It feels more organic than with WWE. WWE has clearly a structure and a formula, and it's clearly repetitive as fuck. AEW, at least from what I've seen, not so much. He tired of the Rams, Niners, and Chargers. Chargers ain't really been on that winning script too long anyway. So they dragging Lamar. They've been dragging his ass. They been did that too. Why he fell. So we'll see some fucker with NFC seeding. That would be nice. That would be nice. And they matchups usually be interesting too. Lions and Rams. It's like the Lions and Bucks too. They matchups. Bucks and Eagles. That game, yeah, that shit too. So get a VPN and Netflix subscription. But for real, there's so many free ways you can watch this shit, bro. Like it's 2025. You can literally watch anything you want on the internet for free. Yeah. Yeah, anything. Yeah. Obviously, there's some things that are illegal. You can't like legally go on the dark web and think shit cool. No, but if you wanted to for whatever reason, is you AEW better? Yeah, it is. I've been saying this shit for a while now. That's the thing with one of my best friends. We always go back and forth because he pro WWE. I grew up WWE. Obviously, AEW didn't exist, and slowly but surely, I've leaned more AEW. I'm still trying to get a grasp on some of these stories, though, or follow or get some backstory for shit I ain't seen yet that might connect to the current story or like what this means. But other than that, yeah, it's just I don't know. It's just more refreshing. It's a different style matches. Some of them are faster paced, different things like that. It's just I don't know. It's just different. I don't go into it expecting the same outcome. Bullshit. This match is good so far, but so and so is about to come in here and interfere. Here come the Vision, or here comes Brock Lesnar, or here comes Roman Reigns back for the 15,000th time, and the crowd goes crazy. No, or Jey Uso yeeting for no reason before while his brother's getting jumped. No, none of that. And WWE losing people to their live shows too because they pricing out regular fans and putting on a bullshit product. NFL gonna gift the Rams a Super Bowl and try to establish a fan base which is still non-existent. You hope not. I think even if they won and Stafford retired, they wouldn't get the fan base they think because there's too much shit to do in LA. Too many teams too to support. You got the Dodgers, you got the Angels, you got the Chargers, the Rams, the Lakers, the Clippers. That's six. The Kings. That's seven. USC football, basketball, right there. That's nine. For whatever reason, if you like UCLA football and then basketball, boom, you're already at 11. Like that's a lot, and that's not even all the LA teams. I know I forgot the soccer teams and shit. There's other teams and other things to do. Last minute coming, they need to score, and Prescott can't be taking bullshit sacks either. Because when he gets sacked a shit ton late in the game, that's when you know they're not finna win. There's like a couple quarterbacks when that shit happen, you know they're not finna win. It's him, and when you see Lamar get sacked a bunch late, especially in obvious, clear situations where he should have ran for a first down, like 3rd and 7, that's when you know, hey, they're not finna win this game, even if they do score. Mm. They realistically need to score points in general, but at least a touchdown. I would say target like 3 minutes. That way, you would at least have the additional time out of the 2-minute warning. Number 33 for the Lions gets hurt. Mm. Mm. Couldn't catch that thing. That's a problem. At least it stopped the clock. But we'll see, man. If one thing about the Lion or Cowboys games this season, second half of the season, or I guess the outlier was really who was it that beat the shit out? It was the Bears. Outlier besides like the Bears and maybe a couple games. Cowboy games been close and going down to the wire. I can't stand the Cowboys, but if there's one thing I give them is they at least can make some shit exciting. At the very least. It's better if they finish it where they get screwed over. But I'll take an exciting, thrilling finish of the game over, I don't know, a 30-point beatdown. They moving it though. 3:54 left in the game. So who y'all got winning this game? Because I know some of y'all said the Cowboys with the comeback. Some people said the Lions because a lot of money was on the Cowboys. Vegas said, fuck that. They not going to win this game. Who y'all got? Mm, that's one of those right there. Had he have taken that sack, that would have been one of them signs. But he threw it away, though. I've been thinking, though, what with the Matt Stafford shit, like, has he announced that he's going to be retiring? Because I would assume it's going to be in the next year or so, but has he said this year, next year, or anything yet? Because I know he up there. I think he one of the last PS2 era quarterbacks in the league. It's him. I think Stafford. Is it Stafford? I know Aaron Rodgers is a PS2 era quarterback. Stafford might have been the year after that, like the year right after that. Let's see. Did Stafford appear in a PS2 game? Hmm. NFL wise, no. For sure. NCAA 09. Interesting. But never was on PS2 Madden. Interesting. Oh yeah, that's a penalty. Grab the hell out that man. It'd be some if they're like, nah, that's not a penalty. Hmm. Interesting. That's an interesting call. Interesting call. Okay, he grabbed the shoulder. Nah. I say that's on Anzalone. Man's grabbed his kneecap on top of that too. Anzalone. Think it's rumored he'd retire. He's year to year with the Rams. There was a storyline about his back being at risk at the start of the season. I remember hearing about that part. I just wasn't sure if he was what if he had really gave a firm statement or something about what he was going to do. Because they trying to tease Aaron Rodgers could come back too, which that nigga need to retire. Go ahead, bro. You 40 something years old. Stop it. You're not Brady. Don't no, don't do it. Don't do it. So Seattle taking it home this year. Hmm. Yeah, Branch got hurt now too. I think he missed some games earlier in the year before he came back. Seattle been cruising too, man. I didn't expect them to have the record that they have at this point. I expected, like a winning record, but not 9-3. That is, I know it's not all on him, but considering where his career started and seeing where it is now, going back to last year, especially last year, that is a crazy career turnaround. Like the thing that we're seeing with that we saw with Baker Mayfield and what we're seeing now with Sam Darnold. Crazy, man. Crazy. I wonder who the next quarterback gonna be that could have a career turnaround. Not just a season, but like it seems like this is gonna be a consistent thing. Because I wasn't sold on Sam Darnold consistently being good, but looking at 2 years now, might be the norm now for him. This ain't a Geno Smith situation where it's a one off thing and then the rest is just pure terribleness, terribleness, if you will. Comes a fumble or a golf INT. There's one thing that's a guarantee is death taxes and a late Jared Goff INT. That is very true. And it always be on a crucial. It'd be early in a crucial drive too. It don't even be like late in the drive. It'd be like the first 3-4 plays pick. It's like, damn, bro, they didn't even have a chance to score for real. It's not like James Winston. They drive down the field, and then here comes the James Winston pick six. No. Oh yeah, we gonna have to wait after these damn commercials. That's the one thing about streaming games. I was like, them commercials are impossible to avoid. Even if you stream to the East Online or whatever the case may be, you still gonna run them damn commercials. I think the only live sporting event I've seen that doesn't have any ads, if you find the right stream, is NASCAR. Or and racing. I should say racing. Because if you watch like the overseas version of it, it'll be like usually it's like Motor Racing Network. They will give you say NBC, Fox, whoever's covering the game, you'll get that broadcast while they're live, and then when they cut the commercial, instead of you seeing ads and shit, they just cut the audio and show the cars on the track and show us as if they were still commentating and shit. Much better viewing experience. I kind of wish they'd do that in football too. But then again, I guess it's a little different. Because if you ever been to a live game, they do like a TV timeout, they just be chilling and standing on the field. Mm, damn, that's a huge kickback. A return. 334. If we gonna get that golf INT, it gonna have to be soon. It'd have to be by at least 1:30 left in the game. But I think the NFL changes the outcome during the game or team script if too much money is on the team, or do they alter the game script beforehand and make up with live bets? Little bit of both. Like, some games, especially say like a blowout, nothing really crazy happened. It was set the way it was, and they didn't deviate from the plan. There are times where they have flipped the script, especially in say a situation where say one team's clearly supposed to win, but then you notice how much money was going to the other team and shit. Now it's like interesting. And there are these moments with some of these players, usually not the star players a whole lot of the time, but your role players, your lesser known players, like the ones you'd have to Google to know who they are for real, or really just be a football person, where they are genuinely confused or genuinely angry about some shit or a certain play. Man, bruh. Yeah, golf gonna have to throw that pick quick because if they score again, this really is over. But you get that big of a gain like that, but early in the draft, man, come on. Come playoff time, that's how Dallas gonna fuck around and lose too, getting gashed and shit passing. Or they defense in general gonna cost them in the playoffs. Do I get decent reading light from the lamp in the corner? Yes, I do. Typically though, I'm using these lights and shit up here. I don't really like super bright lights and shit. That shit fuck up my eyes. Oh, they're trying to see if it's a horse collar. Oh, where he's at. Mm. I mean, to be fair, he already got the first down and then some. So, like, who cares, bro? Don't turn this into an NBA game where y'all got all these stoppages every 5 seconds and shit. What the hell was homeboy doing, bro? Nah, I saw that. I don't know who that is, but I saw that, bro. What the hell was he doing? The black dude next to Dan Campbell on the left side. If you watching the game, I don't know what he was doing. Oh, I forgot. This is Dan Campbell we're talking about, the guy that refuses to take the points. It would be funny as fuck if somehow Detroit doesn't score on this drive. They get stopped for a fourth down. Dan Campbell says, "Fuck kicking, we're gonna go for it," and don't get it. But that won't be a problem. Nope. Shit, Dallas let that man score. Shit part of like the Red Sea. He was one Dak TD away from a 120. What TD pass, TD Russian TD, just any what kind? Or either or. Cause them TD oh that's what they was doing, whatever Gibbs was doing. Them TD props sometimes they'll get you. I know they got a lot of people that Jalen Hurts one. Because we all know about the tush push. And about the time when there was this quote unquote outrage at the tush push, at the off, you get away with a false start, this, that, and the third. And oh, I hate the tush push, all this shit. All of a sudden, you don't see Jalen Hurts scoring off that shit as much anymore. It was maybe like 2 or 3 games in a row he ain't score off that shit after he had been so successful the game before. But yeah, this game is over. It said the defense is a facade. You know what's crazy? Their defense was so bad at the beginning of the year, and it's still not good, but it's improved since they got Quentin Williams. It got better, but it's gonna cost them in the playoffs. Just watch. Had Dallas had the same defense they had at the beginning of the season, now we wouldn't be talking about them being goddamn. What are they? 6-5-1, possibly 6-6-1. We'd be talking about the Dallas Cowboys team with a losing record. But just wait till the playoffs. That defense gonna cost Dallas. Usually it's Dak throwing a pick. Nah, it's gonna be this defense this year. They'll lose to the Rams next week. Last game versus the Bears. Cowboys can still win out of Philly goes 2-3. That collapse, man. That collapse we'll be waiting for. Martha Firestone Ford. That's a crazy. Tires and the car. That's crazy. Are the Lions sponsored by Firestone? I actually want to know that. Obviously, Ford is one of their sponsors, but is Firestone a Detroit Lions sponsor? That man didn't even try to catch that shit. Hold on, yeah, this game over with, bro. I done seen enough. I don't even care who scored for the next 2.2 minutes in the game. I done seen enough, bro. George Pickens didn't even try to reach his arms out for that shit. Yeah, I done seen enough. This game over with, bro. Ain't no reason. Absolutely no reason to be doing that shit late in the game. You know you could have reached your arms out there and been in scoring position. But yeah, we finna slide up out of here. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe to the channel. We're gonna be live at some point this weekend. We got college football with the SEC championship, college football playoff, spots on the line, Big 12, ACC. Tap in, man. But other than that, y'all be safe. Wear condoms. Say no to drugs. Uh, don't watch the pawn if you know what I'm saying. Don't watch that's bad for you. And have a good night, man. We are